Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Inside Guns with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. Tonight, we're going to do something a little different. I am going to present you with some information, and then I want to have you tell me what your opinion is, instead of me just being up here blah, 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 about what I think. Because I found myself in a situation the other day where I responded to a situation in a way that I'm like, am I right about this? I feel like I am, but, never hurts to second guess yourself sometimes. You always want to evaluate your own opinions. And it's about vaccines. And the reason I want to talk about vaccines is because I think right now it's a very important topic. And I think it is a topic about not just medicine, but also about freedom of choice and people to make their own choices about their health care, etc. So I think that most people know that I'm pro-vaccine for myself, and I'm pro-vaccine for other people who want to take it. And I wish everyone would want to take it and we would get over this whole COVID thing as quickly as possible and maybe save some lives, especially of vulnerable people. But I don't think anyone should have to take it. And I think a lot of people have a problem with the vaccine, not because of the vaccine itself, but because of the whole notion that the government wants to tell you you have to take it. And other people want to shame you if you don't. Which I don't understand because, like I've said multiple times in the past, it seems like the only people that are really at risk right now are unvaccinated people. So I don't understand why vaccinated people care that much, to be honest. Just doesn't ring true to me, the whole thing. I've always felt that maybe we should just let this happen. Even if we're looking at 3% deaths, that's a lot of deaths in this country. That's a lot. That's millions of people that would die. But, a lot of them would have died soon anyway. And plus, it might have gotten over with quicker. Now, our healthcare system would be completely overwhelmed. But I think our healthcare system is a point where we need to burn it down and rebuild anyway because it's become so corrupted with money that it is barely usable now. But like I said, I'm not getting to the real topic here. But I needed to really preface this. I want to make sure you know where I'm coming from. I don't believe in any vaccine mandates unless it's a private business applying one to their employees, whatever. Then I don't have a right to intervene. I don't have any right to say anything to a private business about how they're running their business. That's just the way I feel about it. And I don't feel the government has much right to do that either. So I might not agree with their policy that if they want their employees vaccinated, because I'm like, well, if your employees aren't vaccinated, well, then aren't your employees at a far greater risk of getting COVID from your customers than your customers are from getting it from your employees? So why won't you just have your employees sign a waiver that if they get sick at work, they won't sue? It seems like that would solve the problem. But in a case of a person recently who didn't want to take the vaccine, I found myself saying, shut up and take the vaccine. Do as you're told. But it was a special circumstance, like I said. The circumstance is this guy is a soldier in the U.S. Army. And I don't know about you, but I think that's a completely different situation. I'm going to provide you all why I think this, and I want to hear your opinions on it. When you're in the Army, you have signed a contract. And it's not a contract you can break. It's not a job you can quit. You don't get to join the Army and then the first time someone shoots at you, you go, you know what? I'm turning in my notice and I'm going back to my barracks. You can't do that. There's a reason you can't do that. Because most everybody, the first time they saw combat or first time they were told to be put on a plane to go see combat, they'd be like, you know what? I've decided that working at the gas station ain't so bad. That's why the military's run the way it is. And one of the things that's very important to the military is that people don't question lawful orders. If they're told to do something, they do it. If something is determined to be the best for the military, to the betterment of our services, you do it. It's just the way it is. And as far as getting vaccines mandated in the military, well, that is not something new. I remember many times standing in many lines to get treated like a pincushion just because you're going overseas. So vaccines being mandated in the military, nothing new about that. And since I do believe so heavily it is a soldier's job to honor their contract. It is a soldier's job to do as they're told, as long as it's a lawful order. Now, like your company commander can't say, hey, I got a new girlfriend, go kill my wife for me. They can't do that. But telling you to get a vaccine, there's tons of precedents of where you have to get vaccines. That's already something that's a lawful order. I'm sorry. Just from precedent alone. Now, a lot of people might say, well, that's because this new vaccine's new and it's dangerous. Well, it's approved, so it isn't that dangerous. And so many people have had it now. If there were going to be bad things about it, we'd really be seeing it by now. Doesn't mean we won't see things later, but right now, it doesn't look like it's that dangerous. And plus, these are soldiers. We constantly tell them to run towards the people shooting, to stand in the line of fire. So getting a vaccine is not really high on the list of dangerous things they're asked to do. So when I was confronted by a soldier who said, I don't know if I'm going to follow that order, I might just let him kick me out. I was like, what you need to do? Shut your mouth, do as you're told. Honor your contract. You're a soldier. You're not a person. In fact, when you're a soldier, you're a GI. You know what that means? That means government issue. You are now government property. If you think you're going to join the military and they're going to be nice to you and honor all your wishes and just blah, 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 treat you like with respect, they don't treat you with respect. Until you're out in the field and you're actually proving yourself as a soldier, believe me, basic training, AIT and everything, you don't get a whole lot of respect. That's not what it's about. It's about being a soldier in the military. And a soldier in the military follows protocol, follows lawful orders, does as they're told. They take risks. If it's deemed to be beneficial to the Corps or the Army or whatever, they do it. This isn't about personal choices. You're a soldier. Like I said, government issue. So I said in that case, take the fucking vaccine, shut your mouth. Now, I know you do always have the option of getting a discharge. And I think it's very nice that the Army is letting people just get discharged over this with general discharges. Now, they could give you a dishonorable discharge. They could say you were insubordinate, discharge you. That could happen. But from what I've seen, they're mostly just giving people general discharges or saying that's what you would get, which is a pretty good deal if you ask me, if you don't fulfill your contract. Because they could also just say, well, we're going to throw you in prison until your contract's up, and then we'll discharge you dishonorably. So I think the military is being pretty generous here. But like I said, soldiers are not people. That's not the way the government sees them. That's not the way they are treated. That's not the way they see themselves. They know it's beat into you. You are government property now. You are not a citizen. You're a soldier. And you'll someday go back to being a citizen, but right now you're a soldier. You're not a civilian anymore. I know cops like to pretend they're not civilians. They're civilians. Soldiers are not. So therefore, they do surrender a lot of rights. When you sign on that line, it's not like just accepting the job at Jiffy Lube. You have signed away a lot of your rights. So you've signed away a lot of your responsibilities. You're basically now a tool of the military. Just like a rifle, a grenade, or a tank. And it is so important to the hierarchy of the military and the function of the military that people do as they're told. You know me, I'm not a do-as-you-told person in everyday life and don't like anybody telling me what to do. But when I was in the military, I was told what to do. And I knew it was my job to do it. It was important that I did it. So in this case, this was one of the only times I did say, yes, I'm okay with the mandate. Because you're a soldier. You're required to get all kinds of vaccines for diseases that don't even exist anymore. This is just one more. And if you're going to honor your contract to your country, shut your mouth, take the risk. Believe me, it's not going to be the riskiest thing you're asked to do. So, what does everybody else out there think? And I'm asking people to put aside your biases and put aside your emotional reactions to vaccines or mandated vaccines. I'm talking about just the issue with soldiers. Do you agree that a soldier's job is to do what they're told? Do you agree that a soldier already has to take lots of vaccines, so this is nothing new? Do you see what I'm saying? Or do you see it differently? Let me know in the comments section below. I think this will be interesting. In fact, I will also put a poll over on Patreon. I remember when you used to be able to put polls on YouTube videos, but you can't do it anymore, I don't think. So I'll put a poll over on Patreon. If you're a member, go over there and vote. I'd like to see how other people see it. But like I say, I think when you're a soldier, and you do as you're told. As long as it's not an unlawful order and as long as they are not putting you in undue risk, I don't see a problem with it because, like I said, it's all part of the job. All right, now that we've talked about that, let's move on to guns and gun talk. Tonight, I want to talk about a new product alert, and I didn't even know about it till someone in my live chat told me about it. And it is the new Sig Sauer P365 XL Spectre. It's definitely got a cool name there, doesn't it? Basically what this is a P365 XL, which is the larger version of the P365, but now it has a metal frame, kind of like they did with the P320s and the AXG. Now they do also offer the P320 in this Spectre model. They offer one in the Spectre model. It is the rough finished one, I think it is. They are pretty cool. I like the X on the top, although I don't know why it's an X on top if it's Spectre is the name. You think it would be something, they would have made the name something to do with X if it's got that big X on the top of the slide. And I hope I said slide earlier. I say slide and frame just interchangeably sometimes. I'll tell people like the slide weight is, and I mean the trigger pull weight, because I got there's so many words rolling around in this head. And this head is so stuffed with unnecessary 70s knowledge that it's hard for me to remember anything new. I mean, I can't remember where I sat my keys down, but I can remember the entire Hong Kong Phooey theme song. So bear with me if I say the wrong word every now and then. I think by now people are used to that. But like I was saying, they're doing a P365 XL Spectre. Now, the P365 model comes in a couple of different versions. A couple of them have the rough finished slide. I really like the rough finish because if you start to show wear, you don't know. So it's not going to bother your OCD because it's supposed to be rough finish. So I kind of like this. But then when someone was showing it to us in the chat, I said, well, I don't know if I like the rough finish with that pristine polymer. And they're like, well, it's not polymer, it's metal. So these actually have metal frames, which we'll get to more about in a second. But I also want to point out, they also have another model that has just a regular DLC coating. I believe it's a nitride DLC. And that one comes with a gold barrel, gold trigger. It's kind of niced up. I really like the rough finished ones, but the pimp in me kind of likes the one with the gold tones too. So this is nice. I like now that they're carrying through the metal frame that they did with the P320s down to their P365s to the smaller gun. I think this makes this a lot more desirable now, and I'm sure you'll be able to buy all these parts separately and build them because remember, these are modular guns just like the P320s. So very curious to see what all they end up offering with this. But right now, it looks like it's pretty nice. Now, the only question I have about it is an all metal P365, but are the frames on them aluminum or stainless? Because I swear the ones I have, they seem to be alloy frames to me. They seem to be aluminum frames. They're not very magnetic. They're lightweight. I'm like, are these an alloy? But you go to the website, and on the new ones, it says stainless steel. On the old ones, it said stainless steel. So I'm a little confused as to why Sig keeps saying stainless steel when it seems like it's an alloy frame, an aluminum alloy frame to me. If someone out there has any knowledge of why this is it stainless steel and I just have lost the ability to feel weight or whatever, or notice whether something's magnetic? I don't know. Or is it stainless steel? Is it stainless steel or is it, like I think, aluminum alloy? If anyone's got any further information on that, please let me know. Because that's the only thing that's really I thought was odd about the AXG and the Spectre. I like that name, the Spectre. You got to kind of say it like Spectre. I like that. But it sounds like a superhero. Well, there was a superhero. But let's not get into superheroes right now. Last time I talked about superheroes, it was bisexual Superboy. That didn't go over too well with a lot of people. So just wanted to do, like I said, a little product alert here. I haven't got a chance to see one in person because I am avoiding gun shops like the plague because I don't have any money to spend on guns because I spent all my money on a down payment on a car. So can't buy guns right now, so I'm avoiding the gun shop. The only time I go in is to buy the TYM Triple P guns, which I might have to do tomorrow. But like I said, wanted to do a new product alert because if I wasn't aware of this, I'm betting a lot of you weren't aware of this. But if you weren't and you're liking the little mini 9mm craze that's out there right now, but you're like me and you don't like polymer guns, well, here's one with all metal. Whether the bottom is stainless or aluminum alloy, I don't know. Hopefully someone can clear that up. But still, it's an all metal gun in one of those small, thin, oddly stacked, higher capacity 9mm guns that are so popular nowadays. So if you're looking for something like this, you might want to go over and take a look because like I said, I think these have some great potential. All right, everybody, I've gone a little long today as usual. So I'm going to go ahead and end the show here by reminding everyone that we are still doing the Veterans Day giveaway. If you go over to tympistolproject.com, if you know a veteran that deserves a little extra thank you this Veterans Day, say they raised you when your parents couldn't, they were just an exemplary soldier, they maybe are really involved in their community, whatever reason, or you just think they're the greatest person ever. Whatever reason, go over and nominate them. You can use the Handguns for Heroes section where it says nominate a veteran. Go ahead and nominate them. And then on Veterans Day, we'll draw one lucky person and they will get a free rifle from Storm & Norman Gun Works. Storm & Norman is giving away a AR-10 in, I believe it's 375 Raptor. Is that right? And it's got carbon fiber furniture. I don't think he sent me a picture of it yet, so I can't put a picture up. But imagine it in your minds. Use your imagination, people. So that giveaway is going on. So like I said, if you want to nominate someone, go over there and do it. Doesn't cost you a penny. Doesn't cost them a penny. This is being donated by Storm & Norman, and we're just facilitating it here on the channel. So go on over there, register a veteran for the Veterans Day giveaway. One other thing I want to tell people before we go here is tonight at 5 p.m., 1 hour after this video goes live. So if you watch this video in the first hour, you can come to our live chat we're doing tonight. We are doing a little bit of a special live chat. Every now and then we like to do something a little special in our live chats. Because a lot of times I think people feel uncomfortable with answering questions that are outside the constitutional realm when we do our live chats. So every now and then we do something like, I usually do my Rednecks wrestling chat. But tonight we're going to do something called Yankees Redneck Rods, and Wrestling. And by rods, I mean guns. So it'll be the rods, and wrestling chat. Yankees Redneck rods, and wrestling chat. We'll talk about cars and motorcycles, guns, wrestling, of course, one of my favorite things. Professional wrestling, not amateur wrestling. I don't just go around amateur wrestle people for fun. Not anymore, not since the court order. But just want to remind everyone that's going to be going tonight too. So if you want to come on to that, come on. It'll be for an hour starting at 5 p.m. Pacific time tonight. Will be the opening act for Never Enough Ammo's chat. And with all that being said, I just want to sign off tonight as usual by saying, as far as the state of the world today is concerned, it is what it is. It could be a lot worse, but it could still be a little better. And if we as a community stick together and start ignoring the fear mongers, the frauds, the fake activists, the people who just want to manipulate you to make money off of you while pretending to fight for your rights, if we start ignoring those people and marginalizing them and keep level heads about us and fight smart and hard for our rights in this country, what things will be for people who value the Second Amendment and freedom in general in the very near future is better.